Monique Tuzon-Basi.
And I'm Chal Lontoc.
Welcome to the Daily Dish!
Happy Monday!
Happy Monday! We'll give you an hour of solid discussions with our guests and tackle interesting stories that matter to you. What a sports-filled weekend, guys!
I know. That's what we're bantering about. All about
OMG.
sports.
Exactly, Chal. Take it away.
Yeah, all sports. back to you, Mo.
Yes, so congratulations are in order to the NBA champions, the New York Knicks!
So this one,
Yes.
I saw online.
Yes,
Because
take it away, take it away.
Yeah, it was everywhere. You see J-Lo watching, screaming from her
Yes.
home, everyone in the streets. So even if I don't really follow basketball, I kind of understood it.
This is
Even
your
my 14-year-old daughter was glued to that. I was like, what did you do? She was like, I was watching the finals. I was
Even
like,
Mai, she posted, she's like, my two sons were watching, so I had to watch.
Yeah.
But it's amazing because in 53 years, this is their first championship. And fun fact, Jalen Brunson, who won 3 different MVP titles, and that's the first time it happened, his dad actually played for Barangay Ginebra here in the
Yes.
PBA
Yes.
in 1998.
Yes.
So
Fun.
it's just really
and
cool.
did he play also Gilas?
I'm not sure if he played Gilas. I gotta double
think
check.
there's news that he played
See, Rick
Gilas.
Brunson.
Yes, for somebody that doesn't know sports.
Yes, as an award-winning
Except diving
journalist.
and horseback riding. No, but when it comes to this one, aside from it being 53 years of no wins, can you just imagine watching the game every single time? Like, for example, Spike Lee, the director, I love Spike Lee, that's why I know about this. He would always watch it, and for the first time in his life, after a long time, he finally gets to see his team winning. So
Yes,
It's
but you know, the
amazing.
New Yorkers went nuts, right?
Yes. Super nuts.
I saw how many arrests there were, but not that much. I was kind of surprised.
It's 4. They only made 4 arrests.
64.
we
No,
missed
it-
on the 6.
I checked 4. Okay, maybe it went up because I just saw it earlier.
Yeah,
But actually, it's so cool because there's one guy who put a projector out of his apartment. I forgot which part of New York, but that's where all of them, thousands, were just outside watching the game.
Yeah, and,
they went wild.
Yeah, people were like on top of like a stoplights. I saw one girl in her Chanel basketball to carry on, or it was insane.
It
but
is
more
everywhere.
on sports.
Yes, so congratulations again to the New York Knicks, but good game, Spurs. But in another news, in F1 world, congratulations to Lewis Hamilton. He wins his first F1 Grand Prix with his new team, Ferrari, because
Yeah.
previously he was with Mercedes. Last year was when he transferred to Ferrari, and this is his first win with the team. And this is the first time it was an all-Brits podium. We have George Russell, who was the previous teammate in Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, and also we have Lando Norris. So
Ask me why I
all
know
Brits.
about Lewis Hamilton.
Because
Why?
of Kim Kardashian.
Exactly. But not only that, last night I was having pizza and that's what they were playing. So
Yeah.
I kind of
Carbs?
couldn't relate.
I'm so proud of
yes,
you.
That's all I
You
saw.
had carbs.
Yeah, that's all. I had carbs, and then I saw it, and I saw him trailblazing away.
Well, speaking of
Yes.
Kim K, he also mentioned that he is in a good part of his life. So that was his shout out to Kim. He's inspired.
I
That's
love
why
it.
he won.
Did he dedicate it to her?
No, he didn't say
That would have
Kim
been such a
K, but
Pinoy way
he
to
just
do
said
it.
it. But actually, I'm so proud of him because it's been a rough start for Lewis Hamilton. He made a lot of changes and Ferrari backed him up with those changes. For example, with the brakes. Ferrari's actually been with this brake company, I'm not going to say the brand, for like 30 plus years. And Lewis Hamilton said, we need to change the brakes because he felt the brakes weren't performing as well. Ferrari listened and he changed it, and look at him perform. So he credited all the changes and the team working together for his win.
You're very knowledgeable about
I
it.
love
Great-
F1.
Great job to Lewis Hamilton. But here's another team that has been doing a great job because DR Congo national team returns to World Cup after 52 years. Kind of like the
Exciting, yes.
Kind of like the Knicks, but they made a really great entrance because they came in wearing these breastplates of leopards.
Yes.
And it really looked so
looked so
cool.
sick.
As soon as they entered the airport, everyone was cheering on them.
They were noticed by major fashion magazines about their swag, and you know, especially with what's happening in their area.
Yes.
So finally, thank goodness that they're back.
What are your thoughts on the style, Ferds? It's nice. no?
I am down with that
I love it.
style.
I have no
Super.
doubt that all these fashion houses are already looking at it, seeing how they can incorporate it because these leopard breastplates and bag
Yes.
that they were carrying just made the news. More than the 52 years actually of their comeback, it was how they came in with perfect style.
I think Leopard's gonna come
I
up
also
again.
have something about sports.
Yes, Ferdi, tell us.
Bring it
So
on.
Jimma Pacquiao marries Carolina Pimentel in a California ceremony. So since his dad is still Manny Pacquiao, that's still sports.
And he boxes too, right? He boxes too, si Jimwell.
He does
think
box?
so. I
I
think
thought
so.
his brother.
His brother too, him
I
as
think
well.
they all box, but not, I
Yeah.
think the brother more so than him.
But this is major boxing naman in economics.
Ay, wow.
Wow, okay.
Mr. Elon Musk is the world's, as everybody knows, is the
Yes.
world's first trillionaire. But what people are trying to do is they're trying to evaluate what 1 trillion can do for people, like how many millions of people it can actually raise, and how many student loans. So they're trying to do that with they're quantifying it.
I think people are just trying to wrap their heads around it. Because what is 1 trillion
Yeah,
really?
exactly. Like,
He
what
is
can
just
that pay?
a sliver below Saudi Arabia's annual.
The country GDP.
Can
I
you
need to
imagine?
call
Country.
Elon Musk for my student loan debt. So
So
I'm
these
like,
are some of the
hi.
data that they did come out with.
4.3 million children that can be raised from birth to 18 to 1 trillion. And isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
Well, this is all because of the stocks that came out with his
This is your
SpaceX
IPO.
ba?
he went IPO for those X Space.
Yes, SpaceX.
What would you do with
SpaceX rather,
I mean,
SpaceX.
it's mind-boggling.
Well, some people in doing the economics are saying that all the billionaires already caught on early, so it's really them making a lot of money right now, especially that this has gone IPO. And since there's still no public use for it, really, it's hard to quantify it and see how it will work. But we will see. We will see. We never
Hopefully
know.
he uses it
this
for
is
the good.
forward thinking and future thinking. So, but yeah, give us a piece of that 1 trillion and we can see what we can do with it. Yeah.
You can't spend that money quick enough. Like, it's insane.
If you had $1 trillion pesos, what would you do?
Put up a Trilyonaryo channel.
With the Bilyonaryo channel.
With the Bilyonaryo channel.
Oh, anyway,
Level up.
I don't know. I'm going to think about that. But later on the Daily Dish, we'll speak with educational content creator Mona Magno-Veluz on making her history interesting and accessible.
We will also be having with us the Mahjong Maven Club, bringing Mahjong into the spotlight as a fun recreational activity.
We're serving you all that and more here on the Daily Dish. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to the Daily Dish. Nations are shaped by the stories the people remember as well as the ones they forget. And as our 128th Independence Day reminds us, the Philippines has quite the complicated story.
And one of the people making that story more accessible is our next guest, award-winning content creator and educator Mona Magno-Veluz, aka Mike Magulang. Welcome to the show, finally in the flesh.
Thank you for having me.
We're
I'm
so
happy to be
excited.
Yeah,
here.
because Mona, we've had you before, over Zoom.
yeah.
But we've always asked you should come down because you've got such interesting stories to tell regarding
I'm here.
history and how our genealogy connect to that, right?
Well, speaking of genealogy, how did you get into this?
I just to track back a little, I'm a business major. I have a master's degree in applied business economics.
Okay.
So the genealogy has always been a passion, something that I wanted to do, but it was a side gig at some point. And after I retired from corporate, I retired quite young. It was an opportunity for me to kind of dive into it. And genealogy was a great kick-off point to appreciating history in general, because it is impossible to look at your ancestors and not understand the society they lived in. So that was how I got into all of this. And during the pandemic, that's when the
Then you
content
exploded.
creation
Yeah.
kicked
And why
in.
did you realize, hey, one day, maybe I should put this out on the digital world or social media? Why?
It was born out of boredom. During the pandemic, I wanted to understand TikTok because I could not understand it. My kids were on it, and I found some of them funny, but why am I getting all of these videos I did not subscribe to, right? So I wanted to understand the platform, and my son said, the only way you could do that is if you create content. And I did. I did not intend for people to watch me. In fact, during my first couple of videos, I was on the bed, I did not prepare a script, I was just blabbing based on stock knowledge. And then people started watching me.
But
Like,
it's
"Ooh,
galing."
I need light. Okay, I need to like brush my teeth at least before I get on.
It's okay, no one's gonna know. But
I
it's
know.
amazing though, because your content, when we talk about history, typically people are like, oh, history, it's so boring. But you make it so fun and engaging. What's your secret to that? How did you want to make, especially Gen Zs, the newer generation, interested in learning?
Because when I was their age, I did not like history. It was boring. I don't want to have to memorize dates and numbers.
Right.
But if you make it relevant to you, like if you're looking at an ancestor, for example, it is the history around him becomes relevant. And when I started researching other people, I started appreciating history in general. Like when I was in school, I didn't know when the revolution started. I don't know what year. I didn't know who were the personalities involved. But once you get into it through genealogy, everything makes sense. So it aligned in my head. And when I communicate that in that way, in kind of like my personal path to appreciating history, it makes sense for other people.
Right. We just celebrated, obviously, Independence Day last Friday. And if there's one historical figure that you want to trace up to today, who would it be?
There are actually so many people that I've done research on already. The Aguinaldos, for example, who were part of that era.
Emilio Aguinaldo family.
They were already there. The most recent that I actually had to look into was Senator Zubiri.
Let's talk about that.
Because Senator Zubiri, as I think it was Saturday, he bid on a document at an auction on the Reglamentos del Congreso de la República de Filipinas, right? So it was the rule book of the Malolos Congress. It's so relevant right now. So he bid on the rule book. And it turns out one of the authors of the rule book was his 2 times great-grandfather.
Under the Fernandez
wow.
or Zubiri side?
Zubiri side.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry.
Fernandez.
The Fernandez.
Yes.
Ocampo. It's actually Pablo Ocampo.
Okay.
So, Pablo Ocampo is his 2 times great-grandfather.
Wow.
So, he was around during this time. So, again, that line from, the 1900s up to today is defined. And they are linked because of that document. Like, in the present time, they're talking about rules, they're talking about all of that. And then you have this 1900 document saying that rules are important. In fact, my 2 times great-grandfather wrote something about it. Diba?
Really? Does he know about this?
Yeah, he does.
He knows
In fact, the reason why he bid for it was because his 2 times great-grandfather wrote it, was one of the 3 authors
That's
of that
amazing.
reglamento.
Yeah.
Actually, Ms. Mona, if people want to start learning about their genealogy, what's the first step they should do?
The first thing they should do is look around the house. They have to look for pictures and letters and what do you call this? Documents like birth, death, marriage. Put them all together. Talk to the older people. Get the stories. Those aren't exactly something that you could count on because memory is frail. But as soon as you get those stories from the elders, then you start asking Philippine Statistics Authority or the National Archives. You can also go into websites like Ancestry.com, FamilySearch.org, which gives us primary documents.
Or they can call you.
But she's booked. We already asked her. She's fully booked already.
I don't
Till
want to
November.
deprive people of that thrill of finding a document that relates to your grandparents. Kasi when you find that, there's a certain kilig around, find it. And I don't want to deprive people of that joy. Kasi
It's like a
there's
treasure
that-
hunt.
It's a treasure hunt, yes. It's like you're an investigator of sorts. And there's also, I think, a therapeutic effect now when you get that link to your ancestor. You start to understand why you were raised the way you were. Kaya pala matipid ang mama ko because, she grew up like during the war or something. And that's why like they were
That
poor.
tells me about my hoarding ways.
Right?
You and me both.
Yeah. But if you don't mind me asking, who was your most interesting research client to date?
Not client, but somebody I researched on because I loved her.
Okay.
There is this Ateneo professor. Her name is Mary Racelis. And she wrote a book that I loved. It was about the Thomasites. So she wrote who her parents were. Her mom was American, so it was all in there. Long story short, turns out that I did it as practice. Turns out she is connected to British royalty. She's connected
Wow.
to...
I wish I could find that out about me too.
Yeah, she's connected to the guy who said, give me liberty or give me death. So the U.S. founding father. And because of that connection, we were able to jump to, to royalty. As in, she's the 32nd great-grandchild of Charlemagne.
No
What?
way.
That
Yes
is so
way.
sick.
So that is fascinating.
Okay, we gotta do my genealogy because I gotta find out which royalty I belong to. How cool!
And it's so far back. Kasi nga, because she was related to Patrick Henry, the research exists, the volume of documents exists. So that was fun.
Wow.
Right? Don't you want to look at your
I
genealogy
totally
too?
want to look at my genealogy. I'm interested and scared at the same time.
Yeah.
What if there's a criminal record?
It's actually interesting if there were, di ba?
Really?
If it's
Because-
somebody like
yeah,
Macario Sakay, di ba,
yeah,
that would be
because
interesting.
I know it was in vogue before to change your last name because of course persecution from different occupations rather, the Japanese, the American, the Spanish. Okay, a lot of families changed their last names.
That is actually true, but sometimes it is also a cop-out for many especially those who want to latch on to a famous individual. They're saying now, oh, we changed our last names because of him, but we can't prove that. So as a genealogist, that's my thing. I have to find proof of that claim, that lore, for example, that runs within families. So. Yeah.
But didn't they change the last names before because of taxation purposes so the Spaniards can easily identify them?
There was a law in 1849, the Claveria Decree, which gave Filipinos this catalogo.
Yes.
Now, choose a name, right? And the reason for that was, like you said, people were evading, paying for their taxes, running from the law. People who don't want to pay for their loans, that kind of thing. So that tool just made administration easier for the government. And there is also, around that, there's also this misconception that we were forced to take Spanish names.
I thought is that the misconception?
Yes, 50% of that catalogo was indigenous names. But our ancestors selected Spanish-sounding names.
Oh, I didn't know
Why?
that.
Perhaps it was because it would be easier. It was not in vogue to be 100% Indio. I don't know. They wanted to make themselves feel that they were part of the
Like more
ruling
Western,
ruling
That's
class.
so because you know what, in my head we were always forced to change, our last names.
Yeah, that's what my grandpa said too. We were
not.
forced.
We were not. So imagine
the
few-
lies.
Imagine those who kept their names, like that sense of connection to the land.
Actually, no, let's
the
take
nation.
Monique's name, middle
Let's
name.
do Cayugan.
Cayugan, which is very Filipino.
Cayugan, yes.
It doesn't have a Spanish, what you call it, sounding.
We're from San Fernando, Pampanga.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest kind of they call it villas, diba? They're the oldest establishments back
Check
then.
you
So,
out, you're old.
I know, I'm ancient.
Cayugan, Makapagal,
Yeah.
Gatmaitan, those are some of the old names.
Oh, wow.
But isn't Gatmaitan Chinese sounding?
It is Chinese sounding, but whenever a name is preceded by Gat, there is always that connection to
Wow.
to the older generations.
What do you think is missing with historical support or support for history in the Philippines?
Personally, I really feel that we should go beyond the revolution. That is what is taught to us in school, the revolution. But we were not taught about pre-colonial history. There's so many interesting things about who we were as a nation before the colonizers came. I feel there should be a deeper dive into that. I also feel that there should be that access to primary documents, because kids nowadays are only reading books and textbooks. Worse, just the PowerPoints that their teachers make, right? They do not have access to primary documents. And what do I mean by primary documents? If they are willing and able to read Spanish-era text, then that would give them so much more information about the context of the time. That would require them to read script. Apparently, kids don't read script well these days, and also Spanish. So all of these kind of snowball into more learning that is required for the next generation, because we don't want to forget. Diba? That's the most tragic thing we can do. Neglecting history today will kind of result in forgetting all of these fascinating stories that we have to talk about, the fascinating people that we should honor. Whenever there is a what do you call this, kind of a clamor for better types of governance. Oh my God, there's so many examples from the past of these great Filipinos, great statesmen, great patriots that did so much for our country. And I wish we could get the young people to learn about them, so that next time they would kind of use them as a peg for who we want to be sitting in public service.
There's a saying, right? The history always repeats itself. And with what's happening now in the Philippines, there's a lot of chaos. If we want to look back at history, what point in time should we look at to learn from that so we can move forward?
I don't really think there is that one point, but there is a lot of, like, for example, you have to take it case by case. For example, there's a lot of conversation now on the Avellino versus Cuenco case, right? So I invite people to look into that case, that particular time, which was 1949. You don't have to read all the way back, but these are little things that were not taught to us in school. So you have to learn about it. If you want to engage in social media, and a lot of people want to have opinions on social media, then you have to come in with reading, with knowledge, with that attempt to sharpen what you know.
Right. As a last question to you, who do you think is the most underrated historical figure?
The women in general.
Actually, we never talk about the women.
Exactly. Even in my line of work, usually the men are always heralded. Women are referred to as somebody's mother, somebody's lola, somebody's child, but it never covers what accomplishments they made. And in the context of personal histories, sure, your lola may not have a college degree, she may not have had work outside the home, but you have to, and this is for all women, you have to research how she made an impact on you, on the family line. So there are just so many underrated women in our history. A lot of people don't know that women fought shoulder to shoulder with men during the Katipunan. Women were part of World War II. They were soldiers too. They were guerrillas too. And their stories aren't elevated enough, I feel.
You should do a series. A women's series.
I do something like that on Women's Month.
Ooh,
I do love stories in February.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, we learned so much today.
Thank
you. Thank you for having me.
Well, for those who want to find more about history, where can they find you?
You can find me at Mighty Magulang on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
All right. Thank you so much again, Professor Mona. Okay. Anyway.
We love chatting with you.
Thank you. All right. We'll just take a quick break, but up next we'll have Mahjong Maven Club. Don't go away. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Dish. For many Filipinos and Filipino-Chinese alike, Mahjong brings back memories of family gatherings, grandparents, and weekends spent around a square table. But thanks to a new generation of enthusiasts, the centuries-old game is getting a stylish and social revival.
Through beginner-friendly events, community-building gatherings, and a fresh take on tradition, Mahjong Maven Club is introducing the game to an entirely new audience. Joining us today are the siblings behind the movement that's helping make Mahjong one of Manila's most talked about social hobbies. Please welcome Sheena, Siegfried, and Charlene Lim of the Mahjong Maven Club.
Welcome.
Hi, siblings. Achi, Shobi, Shote. I'm getting idea. I'm so excited because I love card games, and Mahjong is one of them.
That is true. That is
I
true.
really, because it helps you remember. Actually, there are a few studies that say that if you play Mahjong or other card games, it helps with memory. It helps
That's
with
right.
what talking about
Socialization
socialization.
also, yeah.
And of course, it's not all about it's not gambling. Okay?
Of course
This
not.
is a social practice that's been centuries old.
Yeah.
Achi, what's the history of Mahjong?
So, actually, it started way back, in like way back already. But it was popularized during the World War II. Correct me if I'm
earlier pa.
yeah, even earlier pa, no? Yeah, it's been a game that's been existing for a long time. So,
Yes.
And
yeah,
it's very interesting because you mentioned that it was a card games, right? So Mahjong actually started out as cards, and then people have just developed it using different materials so that they would be more durable, they would last a longer time, and that is how the tiles came to be.
Yes.
So from a card game, it became a tile game.
I love it.
You know, I grew up watching my my mom playing Mahjong, but never in this lifetime did I think that it would be the next gimmick of the century.
Super!
we're here to make Mahjong cool again.
Super
Yeah,
cool
it's the
because
new going
it's
out.
not even Asians that are championing this, okay? It's Western.
As
That's
well.
true.
Americans
True.
love it. A lot of
Yeah.
celebrities have their own social
That's
Mahjong
true.
That
clubs.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true. We have a very diverse participants or player in our events.
Let's talk about that. What brought it back to life?
So it was actually very funny because it started when I introduced this machine to my parents and then my friends, and then one day my shorty
Yeah.
expressed his interest in business. So
Yeah.
he was asking me, "Oh, Ach, I'm actually curious about what you're doing, like in business. I want to learn, like, what you do." And I was like, "Oh, wait, we have a cool product. Why don't we,
Which is this?
Yeah, which
Right
is
there.
And guess what? Chal is gonna buy me one because when they show this to me, it's super interesting.
Ferdi wants it so badly.
I want it super bad. Okay, wait a minute. So I'm gonna turn it on.
Yeah, you just press any of the 4 buttons.
Wait, we have to put you have to see it. Okay, super automatic. How do I open it?
the
This
2
one.
buttons in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. And then, guys,
It shuffles it for you.
you don't have to make swimming, and that's what they call swimming and back in the day.
Yeah.
Look at
So-
this.
Yes, you just dump
I
all the
need
tiles
that in
inside
my
the machine.
life. Okay.
And then you press this to close.
And guys, guess
Shuffling
what?
inside.
You can check this in your flight.
And
Yes, that's correct. That's
look how
correct.
excited you are.
Wait,
I've never seen him
ask
this
for
happy.
special handling.
Yeah,
They will
just
take
to
care
be
of the
sure,
machine.
just to be safe.
Well, does it
Yeah.
also raise it? Because some of the machines
Wait,
they also raise it.
wait.
There's more.
There's more. Okay, so we're gonna play this. If you guys don't know how to play Mahjong,
So we just have to explain.
Yes,
On the
explain. Okay, go ahead.
traditional Mahjong game, we use a dice to determine the order of the
Correct.
game and the
Okay.
dealer. For in this case, it simplifies everything. So you only press any of the
Press it,
button
press it,
here.
press it,
Yeah,
Chad.
yeah.
Any button?
Yeah, that
Yes.
one. Boom!
And then,
Boom!
yes, and it will randomizes, and then it will determine who's the dealer.
Yeah.
And then
how
it
do you
will
know?
So
feed
you're
you
the dealer
hand.
now.
Yeah. So the one with the button.
Do I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get the
I get it.
Yes.
And then the next person will get it. Yeah.
It distributes it
Yeah.
for you.
Correct.
It's super
correct.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shobe, tell
So-
me about this machine.
Oh, do you want me to
Yeah,
tell?
yeah, you
yeah,
can.
because I'm usually
Or
the
Shopee.
person who explains
Okay.
the features of the machine. All of our tiles, all 144 tiles are magnetic. So usually when you say automatic table mahjong machines, there are frequent feedback from people that the tiles come up where they're face down and some are faced up. The magnets inside the tiles actually ensures that the tiles are always face down. So the energy or the vibe of the game will not be destroyed. Because Mahjong is a very tactical game,
Yes.
we always want to make sure that these tiles are hidden from other players. Yeah. So
And look, it comes with for beginners, like a lot of us.
So you could
Yeah.
line it up
You
yourself.
can get all 16, so you don't have to make a mistake. Na
Yeah.
kulang yung tiles
Correct,
na
correct.
over.
16 ba is the count? You see,
16
you know it
and
so
13.
16 and 13.
Yeah, so you can play 16 or 13.
yeah.
Okay.
This machine actually can accommodate both. It can, accommodate different regions of games, and it can also allow you to play with 2 players, 3 players, and even 5 players.
Yeah.
So it's that smart.
But Shobs, this is I don't you love the calling Achi Shobs? Shobs, but this particular machine is for Filipino, the Philippine version of Mahjong.
So what's cool about our machine is that we can play different varieties of mahjong. We have Hong Kong mahjong, Taiwanese mahjong, Chinese mahjong, Filipino mahjong.
What are the differences?
what's-
Yes.
So I think, the best explanation is both for the Filipino and the Chinese version of the game, because the only differences are the winds and the dragons. So with the Chinese version of the game, you play with those two suits, and then with the Filipino version of the game, on the other hand, we treat these suits, the winds and dragons, as flowers. So they are like multipliers to your score. Basically, you just discard them as usual. But regardless of those differences, the Filipino and the Chinese version of the game have a lot of similarities. So the general rule is the same. You still go in a counterclockwise manner.
Yes.
Yeah, you still
So
have.
it's with or without characters.
Yeah,
So
just
in the Chinese
that's-
version, walang tapon.
Meron.
Pero,
Meron.
kailan mo itapon?
Yeah.
Because
Mas
you can't-
konti.
how you
Mas
say-
konti lang yung tapon.
Yeah, you have more
Okay.
options in the Chinese
Alright.
Uy,
version.
ang ganda yun sa'yo.
Winning hand.
I just have an idea about it, but I really don't know the full-on basics. So maybe you could help us explain how to get us started.
Yeah, of course.
Like if we have this machine, thank you, because you can actually distribute it for us. And how many, like you mentioned, 13 to 16 tiles. What else should we know to get the ball rolling?
So I think the first thing that we should discuss is how to win the Mahjong game.
Okay.
So in order to win the game, it's basically a collecting game. It's a strategic collecting game where you have to complete 5 sets of 3 tiles.
Correct.
So
In a pair.
these 3 tiles can either be in a straight or in a sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can also be of the same identical tiles. So 5 sets of those 3 tiles, and then always secure a pair.
So all up.
Yes.
Mahjong
So
na
in
yan.
total, you have 17 tiles.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
hear people say, Pong, what are
Pong.
those?
Yes.
Pong, can I explain?
Yeah, sure.
Ferdi
Feel
is an
free, feel
expert.
free.
Okay, so if you get Pong, for example, we got 4 players, right?
Okay.
And the other player, let's say, is Shorty on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. And I can say Pong, I get his card, and then I show it off like that. So pretend this is one set,
Yeah,
right?
let's assume those are 8
Yeah, but
dots.
it's
Okay.
8 dots,
Yeah.
right? And then, so what happens is after I do it, it jumps to the person
Yeah.
on my right hand.
So the Pong skips everyone's turn because you
Correct.
stole that recently discarded tile.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're gonna get from your left side, that's Chow.
Chow and
Yeah,
Pong.
Chow and Pong.
And what about Chow?
Chow.
That's me.
That's you.
Chow Chang Pong. Okay.
Do you want to explain the Chow, sir?
Okay. Sino? God, baka forget yung bata ka
Go.
lang.
Okay.
So the Chow is you've got a card that's for
Ahya
example.
Ferdi.
Ahya Ferdi.
So if you got this and you're waiting game, right? And
Okay.
then the person throws one of this, let's say a 5 of
Okay, tapon. Oh.
Tapon. So, tapos kukunin ko siya, Chow. Oh,
Yes.
Tapos panalo all up.
At Chow if you're using it.
Yeah.
Yes, from the
Correct.
person before you.
From the
From the
person
person on
before
your
you.
left.
So a
Okay.
good mnemonic that I've thought of is that since the Chow, you have to complete a set in sequence, you also respect the sequence of the game. So you
Yes.
get it only from the person before
So
you.
you keep the counterclockwise
Yes.
sequence.
Okay, so obviously we can't learn it all in one sitting, and the best way to
Right.
learn it is to actually
Play it,
experience and
yes.
play
And
it.
that's what they do.
Exactly, Maven Club.
So, Maven Club actually goes goes to has different social club events where you
Yes.
all teach beginners, or you also make a community come together and play, right?
Yes,
Achi.
correct.
So share with us how this began. What made you say, okay, let's make a Mahjong Maven Club happening here?
So I mentioned earlier that it started as a like this product. We introduced it to family and friends, and then Shotty expressed he
Yeah.
wanted to learn, doing business. And I was like, hey, we have a cool product here. Why don't you use this platform to, just experiment, learn how to like do business,
Yeah.
and use it as a just for experience. And then so it started when we were thinking, okay, how do we market this cool, amazing product to to not just friends, right?
So the event was the tool to be able to share about this at first.
At first,
Okay.
correct. So, kasi we usually host mahjong nights also in our friend's house, and it's been a thing for me and my barkadas. So yeah, like we were thinking now, like why don't we open up, parang ask people to sign up, and let's just see how it goes. At first, we didn't really think that it would grow this big. It was actually
But here we
crazy,
are.
but here
Look
we
at her, she's
are.
like, grabe. She's
It took us by surprise talaga.
It took, yeah.
But people can ask you, sorry,
Go
my
ahead,
dear.
go ahead.
But people can ask you to come tutor them, right? To teach them how to play mahjong.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
we do
So
that in our
actually,
event.
Yeah, during our events, I'm the one who teaches beginners.
But what private sessions? Like, for example, I want to put together my friends.
This is all really for Ferdi.
Yeah.
maybe your birthday is coming up. We can hold a mahjong party.
No,
for
no,
you.
no. It
We
doesn't
will
matter
add
if
that
it's my
to our
birthday or not.
service.
Yes.
On the weekends, if we're not taping outside.
So you guys can also do that.
We do host private events. We do have organizations and businesses who actually approach us for their team building activities, for example, or just like a social hangout.
Or just an engagement.
Yeah.
But how's that as a team building activity? Nobody's gonna it's all separate na bahala kayo.
You know what? You'd be so surprised.
Yeah.
You can actually read people by just playing mahjong.
Talaga? How?
It's kind of like poker
It's
as well.
psychology also. Kasi
Okay.
you'll learn how they play. You'll learn how they react.
Like
warfare.
Why do you think people are so captivated with it? To learn it again, to experience it? What is it with Mahjong that gets people interested?
I think there's that satisfaction in collecting. Yeah. Like me being a collector myself.
Hoarder ka, no?
Yeah, you can be a hoarder. There are people who like to practice the flexibility of the game. So there are some people who are more of a risk takers. There are more people who are, as you said, hoarders of the tiles. And then these different approaches to playing the game gives people the interest or the addiction to just keep on going. Yeah.
So what strategy should we have or carry with us? Mga tips that you can share with us if we're learning and starting to play for the first time?
What I usually tell beginners is that I hate the ends. So the ones and the nines, I usually avoid those.
It's a dead end.
Yeah, because when you are, for example,
Is this one?
yes,
Yeah.
that
Okay,
is the
so-
one. Yeah.
Top one, okay.
So let's say, for example, you have a 2 dots and a 3 dots, and then
Okay.
let's say you're waiting for the 1 dot. So
So,
parang
dami ng waiting dito, oh, yeah.
Ayan.
yeah.
Ito waiting, oh.
So
Isa pa-
This is a
Yeah.
dead.
So more options.
Yes, the
Okay.
tiles in between offers more options, more flexibility, because every tile has 4 replicas in a set.
Yeah.
So when you're only playing at the end of the mahjong set, you're just waiting for 1 tile.
So make it
diba?
Ichena if you see the 4.
Yeah, kasi like for
Bye-bye.
example, in this case, for example, you have this in your hands, right? You can actually
Here.
wait
Let's show
for
it.
a 5.
Like that. I'll make it baliktad. So,
So that they see here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
So what they're saying is that you actually want to have the middle.
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
The middle
value.
ones.
You throw, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
More chances of winning because you can add here on the
Here.
start or
So-
the
Or
end.
the other end.
So
yes,
for
correct,
example, you have
correct.
6 and 7, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
6.
6, 7. Oh, the new generation.
No, I'm
Okay.
feeling Gen Z.
Okay. And then
But so yeah, like you can actually get wait for an 8
Or a 5.
Okay,
a
no,
5
good tip,
here.
good tip. Okay,
Five.
you know, I've seen this happen with dating clubs as well. They play
They
mahjong.
have a mahjong dating club.
Yeah, so I want to know what was the oddest or coolest event that you've held that's really quite different.
Okay, I want to answer that.
Go
The
ahead.
coolest event that we've held so far is actually our first year anniversary Mahjong party, which was only last Saturday.
Wow, congrats!
Thank you so much.
Tell us about that. What happened? What made it different? Or
So it was actually very special for us because like it's been 1 year and we received so much support from the community. You'd be so surprised how supportive they are, and we wanted to celebrate like the first year anniversary, not just like the success of Mahjong Maven, but also to celebrate each and everyone like who celebrated like this journey with us, who journeyed with us throughout the year.
I don't want to plug the machine. Baka maubusan ako.
So
Yeah.
so that was actually very cool because we were able to bring different people from different backgrounds, from different ages.
age, no?
that.
Yeah. I saw my friend in there.
You know what? I think you should have a Mahjong dating club. Because at least you know how they strategize. And if it's a perfect
Match.
characteristic.
Uy, you're onto something.
Guys, come to my house.
Lastly, have you had those stories? Like someone meeting someone because of playing Mahjong, or maybe a love story, or a business partnership because of this? Please share one.
Yeah, so we've actually heard one member or one participant from our community who said na he was able to meet someone, and then there's also one who like ignited some connection.
I want to
with
ignite
someone.
connections. 10 pieces.
Before we go, do you guys have any more events to plug? I'm sure you
Yeah.
guys have. Congratulations again on that 1 year. So please share where they could find you, how they could actually join.
Yes, over here.
Oh.
Got to, over here. Yeah.
Okay, so we are pretty active in our social media, in Instagram specifically. So we post all of our events, all our upcoming events in our Instagram page. And
Which is
yeah.
Maven
Which
Social-
is
Yeah,
Mahjong
which is-
Maven's Club.
Mahjong
Mahjong
Maven
Maven
Club.
Club
Alright.
and Mahjong Maven Official.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 pages.
Okay.
So our upcoming one is on July 4th. This is in the Podium Mall at Lazy Susie Restaurant.
I love that. All right. Thank you so much, Sheena,
Thank you
Siegfried,
for
and
having
Charlize.
us.
Thank you so
All
much.
the Mahjong
Thank
Maven
you,
Club.
Ferdi
I'm
and
so
Chal.
excited.
Hong and
Ciao.
Ciao. Okay, this time it's Ciao.
Baka may-
We'll just take a quick
Baka
break.
magkapong akong date.
Don't go away, the Daily Dish. We'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Thank you so much.
What a fun day today was. Tomorrow on the Daily Dish, the founder of Blossoms Artisan, Katya Aquino, and celebrity wedding photographer, Pat D. That's it for us today. Monday, join us again tomorrow for Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea.
With Zero Filter, I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. Anytime's a good time because it's always more fun with us.
And I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most. Midday Report with Maya Rodriguez is up next. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News channel.
I'm Chal Lontoc, and salamat for making us part of your lunchtime companion.
And that's the Daily Dish.
Serve! Oh, pong na pong. Ano ba?
Ciao, 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 ciao.